Season 6 of the premier 20-team USFL Fantasy Football League is done. The Bassett Bowl champion is the Washington Federals. Michael Harris and Tina Jennings finish at 12-3. The Bandits go down. Not easy, but they do go down. They're finished 9-6-1. Terry Harness and John Bassett's team. Final score 35-26 for the Federals. Gardner Minshew was just not ready for the big time. Drew Brees was. Been there, done that. This game was close until the beginning of the second half when Drew Brees and the New Orleans NFL trio for the Federals, Michael Thomas, Kamara, and Drew Brees just blew it out. Built a lead that was just too much for the Bandits to overcome there in the third quarter. Bandits lose this one, finish second in the league. Congratulations to Terry Harness for managing through a lot of adversity this year, losing both Stafford and Cam Newton early in the first half of the season. In our 20-team league, I'm telling you guys, it's just hard to find a quarterback once you get in the second half of the season. You have to really prepare for it. You have to really watch out week to week. Terry did a great job to find his way from sixth seed going into the playoffs to that championship game, but fell short to the Federals. In our preliminary game, the Oklahoma Outlaws, Kyle Smith and Keith Clark, Kyle Smith, USFL Project president, wins over the Spirit of Miami, the Spirited Spirit of Miami. Matthews' team 24-20. Fuller went out early in this game. Oklahoma wasn't sure they were going to be able to pull it out. Jameis Winston, 4 interceptions, but somehow managed to outscore Russell Wilson with the Miami Spirit. So Oklahoma found a way to win in this game. The biggest difference was the ancillary players. That's our 4 bottom players on our roster. Oklahoma had 6.9 points. Miami had 2.8 points. Oklahoma wins 24-20. Hilton went down for the Miami in that game that hurt them too. Moving on to the 5th and 6th place matchup, Birmingham Stallions pull off a surprise against the Michigan Panthers. Mark Niemi's team, Joe Bach and Henry Rito really put it together. Goff 6.2 points versus Mahomes 6.3 points. That wasn't the difference. Michigan had a great game from Kenyon Drake. You'd think that would really help Michigan. But then Mark Andrews for the Birmingham Stallions had a super game too. And it came down to Monday Night Football. The Packers defense held up with the points they started out with. Instead of losing those points like a lot of defenses do, the Packers are the hero here in Monday Night Football to help the Birmingham Stallions overcome the Michigan Panthers. Really solid team. And Birmingham finishes 5th. The Panthers finish 6th. Moving on to the 7th and 8th spots. These are games where the lower tier gets their shot at the top tier. First game was Portland coming in at 9th seed with the Invaders, who won the Pacific Division of the regular season. Invaders fall short 23-21. Jason Wise, congratulations. Beauty of our league, you can finish outside the top 8, outside the top tier, and find your way back into that top 8 board with our specific point system that we use for the Dynasty League point standings. But Portland, Jason Wise finds a way to win. Josh Jacobs with the Invaders was out. That really hurt the Invaders in this close game. Dak versus Murray, no superstars in this game. Portland just finds a way to win, 23-21 over the Invaders. A heavily favored team early in the season. Things just didn't go well for Randy Miner. His team is a solid team, and we'll be back next year with our keeper league status. And finally, the Memphis Showboats, defending champions, were out of the top 8 board in the lower tier, won their first 2 rounds, played the Bulls, beat the Bulls 29-14, a solid win. Memphis was at championship form in this game after struggling all season long. The Bulls had some injuries. Some players wore out, of course, at the same time. Some of the players that were keepers for the Bulls, for Phil Wilfong's team, just did not perform at all this year like keepers. That really hurt him. Bulls did win the division in the South, but just faltered in the playoffs. And one-time champion, Hall of Famer, Phil Wilfong, I know he'll be back. James Hayes doesn't have to do much for his team coming back next year. Just needs to start off on the right foot. That's it, guys. There's no place you're going to follow a USFL fantasy type football to cheer for your favorite team than right here on the USFL Fantasy Fan page. Join us or just check in with us. The off season is here. Not a lot's going to happen. This is a time when you can go back and look at everything that has happened in the past year, all the videos and all the comments that are there on the Fantasy Fan page. Thank you all for your support. We are going to have a trophy next year that will be held from now on out with all of the former Bassett Bowl winners on there, championships winners in the past years. Thank you. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.